Appearance fee.
Is he actually having an energy gel?
Oi, you're on.
Hey!
Now any sub can be
give me
super
one of them.
with Super Sub from Paddy Power.
Yeah, I'll be there in a sec. Just heading to the shop.
Mobile that rolls with your business. You'd better believe it.
These two were due to fight back in January, but the fight was postponed until March the 28th because of an injury suffered by one of the fighters. The fighter who suffered the injury was young Moses Otoma, of whom so much is expected. In the other corner was the American Jermaine Franklin, who has had to wait and get his opportunity again. And that opportunity is coming up next month on the 28th of March in Manchester. So Jermaine Franklin over from the States again, and he will go in against Moses Otoma. And I'm delighted that, having spoken to Moses the other day, we can now speak to his opponent. Jermaine joins us live
See if we can
in studio. Good afternoon to you.
See if we can wind this guy up.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you here. Preparations for it. I mean, it's second time round, isn't it? How did you cope with that when all of a sudden, forget it, you're not fighting, Otoma's injured?
I try not to be down about a lot of stuff. I just look at it as more time to prepare for the fight.
Jermaine, you've been over here a few times now, and you'll be known
There he
to a lot of
is.
the British fight fans for
There
the
he
fights with Anthony
fucking is.
Joshua, the loss that you had there on points, and the Dillian White controversy. Did you win it? Did you not win it? It was a very close fight, but you boxed some big names over here, so you're used to the British crowd and whatnot. What do you think about fighting over here? And obviously, it's going to be difficult here against Moses, who's the kid that everyone's talking about as the next big heavyweight star.
I mean, I love fighting over here. I love the passion the English fans have for boxing. You know, they love the sport, so I love that they just love the sport. They're very honest about it, so I respect that. And I've been an underdog a lot of my career, so it's nothing new. You know, just another day in the office.
Do you feed off that as a fighter, like, because you've brought over here as Anthony Joshua for his comeback fight, if you like, and the same with Dillian White as well. You didn't come out victorious that time, but this kid now, they're seeing you as a stepping stone, as opposed to, you know, that to get onto that next big level, and you the guy to give him the rounds. Do you feed off that sort of stuff?
Yeah, that part I take a little disrespected.
Yeah.
You know, the stepping stone gatekeeper type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate that, but you know.
But that's what I'm saying about feeding off it, like, because that's how they'll see you go, right, Jermaine Franklin's going to give us rounds here because this kid can't get any rounds. But that's how they're looking at it.
If they look at me,
Can you imagine him down the pub, just fucking giving it all that? Why is that not going back? Down the pub, just doesn't shut the fuck up. Just keeps going on and on.
Feeding off it, like, because that's how they'll see you go, right, Jermaine Franklin's going to give us rounds here because this kid can't get any rounds. But that's how they're looking at it.
if they look at me as just rounds, they're gonna be sadly mistaken. You know, I'm in here to fight. I love to fight. I give my heart and soul to this sport. So if they thinking that I'm just gonna be easy rounds, then you know they're sadly mistaken.
See this Selco shit in the background? Builder's Warehouse. That's why I can't subconsciously, I'm always thinking to me he's a builder. Like every time I look at this guy, I just see like a guy in a fucking like a builder's, like someone in a white van, just reading the Sun, eating a fucking bacon fucking sarnie, and just farting his hole, just doing big stinking farts and just fucking drinking tins of fucking BPM and energy drinks, Red Bull, and just fucking farting and looking at tits on page 3 and just getting the paper and going straight to the back and read sport while he's on his lunch, just eating crisps and fucking bacon sarnies, like. But that's why, it's because in the background I was seeing this shit, Builder's Warehouse. That's probably what it was. Like, he looks like he's coming to your house to fit your fucking kitchen. Like,
Going to give us rounds here because this kid can't get any rounds. But that's how they're looking at it.
If they look at me as just rounds, they're gonna be sadly mistaken. You know, I'm in here to fight. I love to fight. I give my heart and soul to this sport. So if they thinking that I'm just gonna be easy rounds, then you know they're sadly mistaken.
Yeah. I mean, you had a great win last
There he
time
is.
out, Ivan
There he
Draco.
fucking is.
He was the Olympic bronze medalist, a kid that was 15 and 0, I believe, 14 KOs. Again, maybe going in there as a slight underdog for this guy, and you turned him over.
I mean, yeah, I feel like I fought a good fight.
it's like it's like he hasn't even spoke yet. He's letting this guy just have his wee moment and all before the main thing open, the main barrage opens up, and then he's going to just turn to him and just ask him some real questions about the sport of boxing.
15-0, I believe, 14 KOs. Again, maybe going
And then
in
the
there as a
Scottish
slight-
guy will stick it in. He'll stick it in. Do you know what I mean? He'll be stick it in while the other guys will just double him. Do you know what I mean? Try and get the rise. And then he'll try and calm him down and all.
It was 15-0, I believe, 14 KOs. Again, maybe
He's the
going in there as a
fluffer.
slight
He's the
underdog
fluffer that
for
just-
this guy, and you sent him over.
I mean, yeah, I feel like I fought a good fight. You know, I had just lost my father like a couple weeks before the fight, so it was kind of tough mentally to be able to stay focused. Just a lot of stuff was rushing my mental at the time, but I did enough to get the job done.
What do you think of Moses? You'll hear that we're all talking him up. He's magnificent in the ring. He's a wrecking ball, and he's so young. You're going in with him next.
I give respect to all fighters. I think Moses is a great fighter. He uses his hands well. He changes levels well. He has nice combination punches. But I study a lot of game. I study a lot of film. So I see small stuff I could capitalize off of. I have the ring experience to be able to show different looks and give different looks. So he hasn't really been tested as far as someone seasoned that can just give him different styles, change the looks up, not someone that's just going to sit there and be a punching bag. So
Do you think, I mean, he's never gone past 2 rounds so far, Jermaine. Do you think you could be the first to take him into what would be uncharted territory for Moses?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to be the first to beat him. Forget uncharted territories. I'm trying to be the first to give him to take away his O on his record. So, you know, I guess people think like when you got a young superstar that everybody else is just a walkover or a standing stone. But, you know, I come to fight. I really come to give it my all and to shock the world.
I mean,
Shock the world.
Jermaine, the fight was obviously meant to take place in January.
We're all just waiting for Sam and Jordan. to
You were
speak.
over here before that. You were working hard. Disappointment that the fight actually got cancelled. How do you readjust? What do you have to do in between that time to reset? Because a fighter has to hit it right, and it is all about timing. Do you have to take a little bit of time out before you go again? How have you had to do that?
I mean, I was disappointed, but, you know,
Look at this wee fucking pork pie, fucking
A bit of
finger
time
shit.
out before you go again. How have you had to do that?
I mean, I was disappointed, but you know, boxing is full of surprises. So you know, don't dwell on it too much. Just get back, rethink, make game
all
plans
right.
with your coach.
And Charles trains Daniel Dubois. What's it like in there? Like, it's a little bit of a rocky setting there, isn't it? When you think about it, do you
Nope,
know what I mean?
not
It's like
really.
on a farm and.
I'm a simple guy. I didn't train in garages before, so
Right.
you know it's not. As long as we got bags in the ring, I'm okay. I don't really dwell on where we're training at, but you know, as long as we got the equipment, I'm good.
Why
I
are
can
you
be
taking the
outside.
fight? I mean, you're casting this role.
Here we
which
go.
is not seeded in disrespect, but you're casting this role of rebuilding Dillian White, rebuilding Anthony Joshua, and now as a stepping stone, potentially. I don't think, in no way do I think Moses Atoma is suggesting that. He knows he's got a fight in front of him. But why take this fight? Because it seems to me that lots of people are avoiding Moses Atoma. I know that Kubrat Pulev was in the discussion, but he wanted a ridiculous
See the way Sam and Jordan sits a little bit higher than everyone else in the room.
amount of money to make the fight
His
happen.
chair
because
is a
it
little
was
bit higher up.
zero-sum game for him. What's in it for you? If you're constantly casting this role of being someone else's prop.
Simply because I'm not scared. I love to fight, and I'm not scared of no one. I'm not scared of no man. Every man bleeds like I am. It's just in boxing, like I said, it's a lot of politics. So they paint the narrative, and that's what they want the narrative to be. They want me to be like the gatekeeper or the stepping stone.
Sure.
That's just the narrative painted on me, but it's up to me
Not
and
how
my
you see it.
power to change that narrative.
But how about because we were discussing the fight the other day on a show that myself and Spencer do with Paul Smith and Paulie Malignaggi, and talking about the reality of your fight plan and what you might do and what the credibility of this fight happens to you. And the perception is that you're durable, difficult to put away. You've had 1 knockout in 10 fights yourself, so you don't bring that threat to Moses Atoma. But really, there's credibility in this for you if you take Moses Atoma 12 rounds rather than win the fight. How do you respond to that sort of observation?
I mean, like I said, I'm looking to win. I don't just if you're a fighter and you're coming in there to last, then this is not the sport for you. I'm coming in there to kick ass, and win. I'm not coming in there to be a pushover or a punch bag for nobody.
We should, Simon, remind everybody of who he's going in against. We spoke to Moses
He's like a worm or something, isn't he? It's weird.
Atoma just the other day. And for someone so young, so much is expected of him, and quite rightly, because so far he hasn't put a foot wrong.
No, and that's why I feel like it's a very tough fight for me.
He's got like Scottish alky vibes, like this top. This top gives me like Al-Qaeda fucking vibes.
Like, obviously it's nice to hear that people think that I'm going to be able to like knock him out in the first or 1 or 2 round, but I guess I've got to work so hard for something that's said so casually. I'm obviously the best thing known to Jermaine Franklin is that he's able to take people the distance and still give back. So that's the only question marks in my career when everybody's asking, what's his chin like, or like what's he going to be like in the later rounds. I believe that Jermaine Franklin is going to be able to answer some of them questions, and if he can't, then I'm a product of my own success, or a victim of my own success. So either way, I just think this is a perfect fight for me.
Yeah, Jermaine,
At the Gym Group, we've got loads of top quality equipment for the 10 eggs for breakfast group. From just $15.99 a month with no contract for the Super Savvy group. And of course, the Jelly Legs group. For every group, there's the Gym Group.
Coca-Cola and the Premier League have a new challenge. Guess the goals.
33 goals this week, I reckon.
Where you predict how many goals will be scored each game week.
The bubbles have spoken.
18 goals!
Scan for your chance to win one of 13,000 Premier League prizes every week.
Unbelievable.
Listen, I think that there's a lot of people that are over here that may not know boxing as well as other people that talk about this fight, you know, and when Moses Atoma can get this fight done. Can he get it done early and whatever? You've never been knocked down, never been knocked out.
You could do like food reviews. Lovely. Yeah. Nice. Just fucking eat banging food in them, chips, kebabs, and you'd be like, yeah, that's banging that.
Your whole career of you, and you've been in with some big punches, some big names. So
Big
they may
names,
be
big
underestimating
punches.
your ability in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I always been underestimated.
Same old shit
It
questions.
adds a little fuel to the fire, you know. I don't take no slight from it, but I always been
Same old
casted
shit
in my light
answers.
as somebody that wasn't supposed to be where I am today, and I keep proving people wrong time after time.
What do you make of? I mean, it's not your job to be a cheerleader for Moses Atoma, and we're not trying to cast you in that role. But when you look at the recent form that he's been in terms of Dempsey McKean, went 11
Cast you
rounds
in that
with
role.
Mogovic, he got
Cast you in
destroyed.
the role like
Bo-
they're casting a sword or something. Like it's all these little metaphors, these motifs he
Moses,
throws in.
Dillian White got destroyed by Moses. When you look at, and obviously you've been in with Dillian, so you share an opponent there. When you look at Moses, what do you see in front of you?
I mean, I see a good fighter. I see someone that's going to punch and throw a
All
lot
I
of
see
combinations.
is an
Style make
Atreides
fights,
that
you
I
know,
want to kill.
All fights are not made at the right time, so a lot of people prejudge because a guy looked at this way against me and he looked different against that a different opponent. It's just different times, different fights. You know, I would say that I fought the better version of Dillian White than he fought.
I think that's a fair comment.
I
There.
know, Simon, you're sitting right beside Jermaine.
Yep.
And we're mindful of the fact of what happened when Simon was sitting very close to Deontay Wilder. Do you doubt that Jermaine can take Moses Atoma into the later rounds?
I think he's going to get knocked out. I do. I think I just know. And by the way, saying someone's going to get knocked out is not meant to be disrespectful. I'm not disrespectful.
No, not at all.
I'm looking at the fight, looking at Moses Atoma, looking at what I've seen from Jermaine.
And you're going to
and
get
I think
knocked
that
out.
Ideally, I don't want to see an early fight. I want to see a good fight. I want to see Jermaine stick it on Moses Atoma. I want to see a good fight, and ultimately we have an enjoyable evening watching two good fighters put something out. But I think Moses, I don't think he's been in with someone as quick and as fast and at this stage in his career. Going in with Anthony Joshua and Dillian White at their stages in their career is not the same going in with Moses. But on the other side of it, Moses isn't as experienced and as wise as those two fighters.
And that's
so
what-
there's a trade-off. But I think personally, with due respect to the man sitting next to me, I think he's going to get knocked out.
But there's nothing
Jesus.
to suggest that he will get knocked out because he's never.
Simon Jordan has got some balls on him, isn't he? He's just power touching his shoulder, and like that's why that guy didn't have the balls to be sitting next to him when this is being said. They all knew this was going to be said to him. He's like, I'm not sitting next to him. I'm always the guy sitting next to him. I'm always the guy in the far line going to get hit. And he was like, Simon Jordan was like, I'll sit next to him with my chair slightly higher than his. That'll just fuck his mind up subconsciously. I'll touch his shoulder like this while not looking at him and just say, I think you're going to get knocked out.
Sitting next to me, I think he's going to get knocked out by Moses.
But there's nothing to suggest that he will get knocked out because he's never been knocked out, never been knocked out.
And I'm happy to be wrong.
No, but what I'm saying is he's been, yeah, absolutely. But I say he had been in at the time with Anthony Joshua. Yeah, he was on a rebuild and a comeback, but that kid can whack, and he's still very, very dangerous. And Jermaine
He's still saying this shit like that kid, like this guy. This guy is calling this guy a kid, saying this kid can whack. Do you know what I mean? Fucking love it.
Some flush shots from him.
Talk sport. Talk boxing.
The question about Anthony at that fight, and it's always been about Anthony, was he gun shy? And there was
he was letting the shots
there
go.
was an
With a
allegation
football
at
in
that
the
fight.
background.
He was getting himself through that fight. Moses Atoma won't navigate this fight.
I made
But we'll
a
see.
shot. See, that's the difference between skills and just watching it.
Lean
I
in.
made him fight
Love it.
that way. It wasn't
Fair
that
enough.
he had to fight that way.
Fair enough.
I made it that way.
Fair enough.
It's different when you're in the ring.
Of course.
You know, so like
Simon Jordan's
everybody
never
expects
boxed.
Moses to come out and fight this
Probably,
way
I
or do
imagine.
this and do that. I won't let him.
No.
He's gonna have to try. He's gonna have to try and try again and work out different game plans. to be able to
Jermaine, explain a little bit about that, how you do that. So, like, you're known as a very awkward fighter and a difficult fighter to look good against. Yeah, you have good durability, but you come in low, you throw the jabs, you come in low, and you're very awkward.
Yeah, all right. You come in low, you throw the jab, but you're a bit awkward.
Like, do you adjust your style to each and every opponent and what they do, or is that just the way you fight? You've got that natural gift of being a very awkward fighter.
I just got the gift of being awkward and being able to adjust to different fighters. So, to me, I'm a back foot fighter. In my personal opinion, I'm a back foot fighter. But if I can't fight on my back foot, then I will try different ways to see how can I attack you, try to see different ways how can I get you to pressure me or attack me or see what your weak points are. So me being awkward is just
giving
an
the game
extra
away.
advantage on top of my skill.
You touched on it, Jermaine. You said earlier, I've always been the underdog.
Alki.
Maybe I shouldn't even
Alki
be
da.
in the position I'm in at this particular stage of my career.
And he looks like someone that would love to. He looks like someone that would love to gamble. Like he loves going into a betting office and sticking on a bet, and then going into the pub and just shanking a couple of pints while wearing these sort of M&S da clothes. Like just getting into fucking slanging matches and all, and talking about sport and all. Fucking great, like.
At this particular stage of my career, has it been a tough journey?
It's been kind of tough, but I just love the game. I love the hustle. I love to prove people wrong. Like when I first turned pro, they told me I was too fat, I was too short, I wouldn't amount to nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and now I fought 2 world champions. So I've been proving people wrong my whole life. It's nothing new to me.
Jermaine, when Simon suggested that it's his view, and he's quite right to have his view, that you'll get knocked out, I saw you bristle, and it looked as if you might throw a punch at Simon.
Nah.
No, Simon, Simon is, for that
Be
reason,
brilliant
no,
to be
I'm
dead.
joking. Simon is leaving us today at this particular time in the show. Spencer and I will take up to 1 o'clock with you.
Simon's swanning off to like a wee day trip in Monaco or something. He'll be back tomorrow though. Don't
If you're
worry.
happy to do that.
No,
For the
I'm
fight.
cool. I'm cool with that.
Fabulous. Mr. Jordan, you can go. Run for your life. Simon Jordan has left
Like,
the building.
where's Simon Jordan always going off to? Like, these people don't work.
He has an arrangement. He has a meeting that he has to attend. Nothing to do with the fact that he's just told Jermaine Franklin that Jermaine will be knocked out by Moses Atoma when the two fight. Jermaine, on a serious note, in studio and proving to be a very, very popular guest on
He's
the
always
show.
sticking
Many
it
people
in.
getting
He's
in
always
touch,
doubling
Jermaine.
down on it. There we go.
Fully respectful, and I truly mean this, fully respectful of what you have done in the fight game. And what you've done is considerable. I think only...
Now we have to kiss his ass after that we insult. We didn't get the viral moment that we wanted. So now they're just carrying on as if, like, we got to look at our notes here and stuff and just continue to fluff out the rest of this little interview.
2 defeats in 26, and you've been in with the best, and you fought the best. And Moses Atoma, we think, might become the best. So in no way would you shirk a challenge.
No, I don't. I love the challenge. I like it. You know,
I've
a lot
heard
of
this. I've literally heard this fucking answer about 20 times. I've literally heard. I know what he's going to say.
people shy away from it, but like I said, I love boxing. Boxing changed my life since I was 13 years old. So I would never shy away from anything.
That's the game, though, isn't it? Like you say, you love the challenge. Yours is all about getting the opportunity. You had it against Dillian White. You had it against Anthony Joshua. Now you get it against Moses Atoma. But from on the flip side, from Moses Atoma's point of view, you go, he's loving the challenge because he's now getting an opportunity to see.
Is there some sort of like secret memo that goes out? Like after a while, you do these shows and everyone knows you get a turtleneck. You just get a turtleneck if you're on TV. Like, they're all fucking wearing them.
If he can step up to that next class, you know, that world-class sort of level, because that's where you've been campaigning for a while now.
So, in that light, I feel like he's trying to challenge himself.
I'm gonna get
I
one.
think they're
Fuck it.
thinking about it the wrong way. You know, a fight should not be held up on contempt of what I can do or if I can do this. It should be held on the contempt of I'm out here to win. I'm out here to go to war. I'm out here to
He's
sacrifice.
dressed like fucking Zelensky or something. He looks like him as well.
You know, I just look at it differently.
Tell me about your journey. Born in Michigan, you're 32 now. What is it like being in the fight game, committed to your sport? How did you find the sport?
My stepdad, Darwin Lamar.
I don't
I
care
don't want
about
to say
it.
I was a bad kid, but I was getting into a couple fights, and one day I came
Is this
up that
going
was drawn
anywhere?
to me. I don't want to say I was drawn to it, but it's like boxing sought me out.
Do you know what? We've just witnessed
Like,
that
I've
is
seen it.
very much the case. And I'm going to say it, in the last commercial break, you're okay with this, Jermaine? You were on at Spencer about, I need to get into the gym tonight. I want to train late. I want to work out late. You need to get the gym open. And you're saying, well, you'll try and do that, and you're going to be there so that Jermaine can get what he wants. I mean,
Listen, I understand it. Like Jermaine's saying, listen, this is where I like to train. This is the time that I like to train. You know, I don't want to train really in the day. Like it's every.
He'll go get you wee Gregs while you're training. Keep you
about
filled
having
up and all.
everything on point. When you're in a training camp, right, it's about leaving no stone unturned. People don't realise this. Like, you go, if you do something that's slightly out of the ordinary, you know, it can mess up. Like, it's the mind. It's like 80% mental, this game, and 20% physical. And your mind has to be right to go, I've left nothing unturned. And do you know what that is, Jim? Because when you get into a crisis, let's say we were in round 10 and you get caught with a shot and you go down and everything else, you need that discipline, and you get these little
When it's
voices
10
that come up
o'clock in the morning, you need that, Greggs. You
yeah,
get
you
it.
go, listen,
'Cause
and
your
if
mind
you left some
needs
stone
it.
unturned, these voices come up and they're telling you the wrong thing, and you go, I've got to get up, I've got to do this.
I've gotta
I've
get
worked
up,
harder
I've
than
gotta get a
anyone else.
bacon sarnie from
I'm
Greggs.
understanding where he comes from.
Yeah.
I want to train at 12:30.
Yeah.
I want to train at 8:30.
But the heavyweight division, though, Jermaine,
After
what
Greg's.
has happened to it? Has there been a drop-off there? You know, from the heydays of the likes of Mike Tyson? In your country, what's happened over in the US?
Yes and no, I would say. I just
Like, see if this ad in the background was Greg's, I would absolutely shit my pants. Like, it'd be fucking brilliant. Like,
think we had to get more kids into the sport. It's not as sought out as it once was, so we have to get it back exciting as where as overall fan standpoint. You know,
I
boxing
just
used to
don't
be
care
global.
what this
They
guy
fought in
said.
Japan,
I
they
just don't
fight,
care.
Africa,
Just
they-
you just zone it out. Like, I just don't care. It's just, I don't care what he's saying. It's the same answer over and over again. Do you know what I mean? There's just there's nothing really worth listening to. Like, it's all about this guy coming back in. He absorbs the information, then he comes back at you with another question.
I love the old boxers, so I love Holyfield's my favorite boxer. You know, I love the old guys. I love that generation of boxing. Everybody fought each other. It wasn't a lot of ducking. There wasn't a lot of money reasons because of the belts and all that type of stuff. You had one belt, everybody tried to fight for that one belt. So it was like as boxing evolved, it kind of got watered down a little bit, which probably made the sport look a little dry in an aspect because certain people don't want to fight each other. Or I want to hold this belt, I don't want to lose my belt, or I want you to pay me a crazy amount of money to fight you for your belt. So in that aspect, you know, Ali, no disrespect to Ali, but I wouldn't put, like, when I was coming up, you know, Holyfield was the guy, Riddick Bowe was the
Yeah.
So something just keeps drawing you back. That's what our sport does. Like, you go,
It was like, it's hard to quit.
You said it yourself. You said that, you know, you quit 5 times. Something just keeps drawing you back. That's what our sport does. Like, you go, that is the difficult thing to, like, know when enough's enough, because the fighter, I think, is the first one to know it, but the last one to admit it. And people like Holyfield and
Yeah.
all those, you go, they've had those highs, you know, and they can fill the arena and they miss all that. That's the buzz.
We
more
can
than-
never
more than the
get it
fight.
through our minds why these guys
Is he a boxer? What's going on? What do you mean, we?
go on and on. I remember an American commentator asking Holyfield, You've got everything you need in life. You've got properties everywhere. You've got enough money. You could air condition hell. That was the point that the guy made to him. And Holyfield agreed. And he said, yeah, but fighting's fighting.
I feel like after you fall in love with the sport,
Holyfield was like Apollo Creed. Just if you think about Apollo Creed in the movies, that was basically Evander
But it's
Holyfield.
hard to find that love in anything else.
And did you know it's that Jim? It's that whole like missing the arena. You know what I mean? You walk out and that whole arena's there for you, and it's that buzz and getting your hand lifted up, like when you have a close fight or whatever, and you're standing there. You
Touching
don't know
them.
what way it's going to go, and you're thinking, right, what way they're going to go here, and they call out your name. That is the ultimate buzz, and I think that's what a fighter struggles to give up.
It's,
You know, that's
it's like for me, it's very deep. Like I can come to the
Not
gym.
deep
I
at
might
all.
not even have
It's,
to work
it's
out.
the opposite of deep.
But just to
it's,
see
it's,
it-
it's just it's the same shit being said over and over again. It's just obvious shit.
Gym full of boxers. I'm happy. I want to help. I want to help people hit the pads, hit the bag, show them punches, show them different.
There's just no point listening. It's just do you know what I mean? I just zone out when I'm listening to him. It's like that.
One guy who carries on is Deontay Wilder. And Wilder's going to go in against Derek Chisora.
back, baby.
It could be said of him. He carries on.
we're
Anyway,
back.
the two go in against each other, Jermaine, on April the 4th. I'll ask you about the Bronze Bomber in a moment. We mentioned that Simon had something of an altercation with Deontay Wilder
Let's see
recently.
it.
I don't know if you've seen this, Jermaine.
Let's see it.
Feast your eyes on
Get
this.
the clip.
We're not going to talk about him at all.
But as part
We're
of
not going to
You
talk
are.
about him at all. I know the
No, you're gonna talk about him. Fuck up.
truth. I have the facts.
Okay.
I got the proof. I got the people to tell it. I ain't never lied about nothing.
Look, like that guy borrowed Sam Jordan's top tonight because Sam Jordan's away. So that guy borrowed the black top.
In this business, you can believe what? Why is it so hard to believe a black man in a white man?
nothing to do with color.
It's hard to move on when you don't know the truth. You don't get it.
Well, okay.
None of y'all get it. And that's the problem. You think you get what you don't understand. Man, let me
think
the
you
f-
get
out of here,
what you
bro.
don't
I'm outta here.
understand.
I'm out of here talking about my peoples and all that.
My
It's,
peoples.
it's hard to believe a black man in a white
This
man.
outfit.
Cheated. Tell him to sue me.
Big
so I can
patchwork
show the
quilt.
facts. I'ma show every
It's
fact.
fucking
I'ma get
unbelievable.
all the people that know
you think
and
I'm a
all the
Fury
people
fan?
that's in the
You think
inside.
I'm a-
He got
you
people
think
You
that's
think
in
we're
the
Fury
inside.
fans?
of him
Fury
that
fan.
can
I
know.
think you're a twat. I think you're dressed like an absolute fucking twat.
I don't what? I don't about that.
Both of yous are. Both of yous are dressed like
But I said
twats.
we didn't want to bring him up in the first place. It ain't got to do with him.
Fair enough.
The you talking about?
My AI agents handle level 1 IT incidents,
Oh
so
my
I'm free to spend time innovating, not just here keeping the lights on. Nick.
Sorry, I leaned against a wall. You want me to turn it back on?
Yeah.
I hate it.
Dive into 888 Casino because it's made to blow minds. It's made to.
That was that. Now, Jermaine, that all kicked off because Wilder claimed that Tyson Fury had cheated when they fought, and Simon endeavoured to bring that up, and you can see the reaction it got. Is the Bronze Bomber, is Deontay Wilder still up there? Is he still a big name and a big pool in your sport?
He's still a big name, but I wouldn't technically say he's still up there. I mean, probably another couple big fights will put him back up there in that position. But you know, boxing is kind of it's kind of hard to stay at the top. If you're not winning, then you're kind of like dropped off instantly. So it's like it's one of those sports where either you have the name to where everybody wants to see you fight all the time. That's how you stay at the top, or you have to win.
You're always just one win away though from that big fight, aren't you? You know what I mean? When you look at it and you look at this pool, you go like you and Deontay Wilder could be a million miles away, not even being talked about. And you go all of a sudden, Deontay Wilder beats Derek Chisora, you beat
Who the
Moses
fuck
Chalmers,
is this
and the
guy?
fight's being talked
back
about.
up there,
And
yeah.
that's the game that we're in, and I think that's what makes it exciting. You know what I mean? They won't mention your names at
Let's
the moment.
finish on that, Spencer. Let's finish on that. I mean, obviously, you're hugely confident in your own ability, Jermaine. It's widely thought Moses Atoma will win on the night, on the 28th of March in Manchester. But you leave the studio this lunchtime fully convinced that because of your own ability and what you've got, that you'll beat Moses.
Yeah, I'm fully convinced I'm gonna bring it home. I'm fully convinced I'm gonna show people some stuff that they never seen from me before. I've been working,
just
trying to go back to some old
I
stuff.
have
used to do.
heard this.
And I'm
It's
fully
so
confident in my
fucking
coach and my
bollocks.
game
I've heard
plan.
this a million times.
It's been great having you in the studio.
Right, get the fuck out, man.
Thank you so much for being here.
See you later.
Appreciate you.
Jermaine Franklin with us live this lunchtime. Mr. Jordan has gone, so it just remains for me to thank you, Spencer Oliver.
Thank you, Jim.
We do this every week, Jermaine. It gets quite emotional. Thank you.